What we'll be discussing today is how to host our website. The meaning of hosting is that we are transporting our files from the local machine. If you look at this URL, you see that it is localhost/Kennedy. So the meaning of hosting is you are transporting this thing to online so that people can access it via www.something.com. So I want to use the this thing that we use for the training. What actually delayed me was I'm trying to use a particular software, but I have a technical issue with it. So I'm using this Kennedy that we use for the training. So there are several host companies. I'm going to use those ones in Nigeria here. The sample of them here, we have SmartWeb and we have Ugo Host. Now I want you to get something. This SmartWeb is a Nigerian company based in Plateau State. They are very good also. When you go to their hosting platform, you can see shared hosting, because that's for now you can start from shared hosting. So when you click on that share hosting, you see different hosting plans. So you can see 4,500. The standard package is 4,500 naira. So what you now do is, I'm not going to register now, but you can register because I have an account with them. So what you do, that's not most the same thing happening to Hugo Host. When you get to Hugo Host also, you see different package. Let me go to their homepage. You see different packages. You just sign up for it. You can see this one, 5,000 naira per year. You can select plan. It's going to take you through the same process. Now let me click on this. When you click on buy now, this 4,500 naira one, you are not logged in. So what it's going to ask you is that which domain name do you want to use. So you just follow the simple process. Maybe for example you want to use kennedy.com. So it's going to tell you the price and the rest. So you can check if it is available. This kind of name will not be available because someone must have registered it. So at the end of the day, when you finish registering, so you are going to log in to the CPanel. You can see I have this is where you have that is very important. This is where you just need to know. You can go to their client login. Anywhere, it's going to take you to this place also, client login. So when you log in, let's assume you see that right that I wanted to use for explanation, that software. I just open an account because some of the companies, if I want to, like here I have just 11 hosting this thing here. So let me use that the one I registered sometimes maybe last week that I wanted using. So right, yes, this is it. So you click on this. If you are using SmartWeb, it's not there. If you are using SmartWeb, this is SmartWeb company, a hosting company, but their control panels are always the same thing. So when you click on login to CPanel, I click on this account, sorite.com. Normally, if you go to Sorite, www.sorite.com, nothing will be there. www.sorite.com. You see that nothing will be there. You see, not found. So now let me continue. When you log into CPanel, every hosting company will have CPanel, and they are almost the same structure. Now this is where the training will begin. You see this file manager, that is where you have all your files. Website is all about file. Let me go to my local host and show you what file is all about. My local host, that XAMPP, htdoc, Kennedy. So this folder is our website. Everything inside this folder is our website. So that is the meaning of website. Website is all about folder. So now when you go to your online this file manager deals with everything inside the website. When you click on file manager, you see it shows you this. Every control panel in the world will have this. So where you are putting your website folder is public_HTML. This public_HTML, that is where your website is. So you can see nothing is there except this one, which is generic. You can delete it, you can leave it there. Now this is where I'm going to put my website. This place is where I'm going to put the folder. Normally there are some softwares that you can use to pull your information from the local machine to the online machine, but for a layman person, he can put your folder directly without using those softwares. One of them is FileZilla. Now if I want to pull this file here, if I want to move it here like this, so it will be asking, it has different folders and other this thing. So I will not do that. What I will first of all do is that I'm going to compress, this is my local machine example. I'm going to compress this Kennedy folder. Maybe I'm going to compress it, send it to compressed. I'm going to compress it so that I can move it as a file. I know you are getting it. Some of you that know basic computation. So this is what I will now move. This Kennedy that it is just 404 MB. So I'm now going to go to my public HTML again. Upload. When you click on upload, it will ask you to select the file you want to upload. Then you browse to your location, which is this Kennedy. Let me look for it. The one I compressed. They are the same content. This one. So I'm going to select it. So what I'm doing now is I am moving the file to the online location, the online. So when this thing finish uploading, it is now a zip file. Inside this place is going to be moved here. So inside this place, that is where I'm now going to decompress it, so that the file, the most important thing is that what you want to achieve is that you want this place to be like this place, to be something like this. Where is Kennedy? To be something like this. So all these documents will be inside this place. So let me check if it has finished uploading. By the time I refresh this one, public HTML, you can see it is here, but it's here as a single document. You understand? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to compress, or I'm going to extract. I compress it. I'm going to extract it. Right click on it, is click on extract. So when you extract it, it's going to extract it as a folder. You can see this Kennedy folder. But you see this one, please, you have to understand this one. You see this folder, that means if I want to access this thing online now, I'm going to write www.sowrite.com/Kennedy. I don't know the spelling, Kennedy. So it's going to get it. But that's not what I want to achieve. I want to achieve this website should load only when I click on sowrite.com. Are you getting it? So what am I going to do is that you can see this Kennedy. I don't know this one again. I can delete it because I just compress it so that I have the folder here. Now what I'm going to do is that all this folder, I'm going to move it to the parent. All this folder, everything, I'm going to move it to you can see public HTML. I'm going to move it to this. I'm going to clean that Kennedy folder. I'm going to move it to the main public HTML. You can click on move. So I have moved it. You can see when you click on public HTML, you can see that I have moved the folder. So if you want to put another, this folder will be empty now. So if you want to put another one, you can still put it. That's what they call another. You can put another website, but that website, if you want to access it, now this time around, if I click on this sowrite.com now, it's going to load the website. You can see. So anyone that goes to this sowrite.com now is going to see that thing. Even though the owner of the project, I would not want him to go to sowrite.com and see that this is what I put on it. So I'm going to release it from that from that place. So that is how to move your website. Let me summarize that moving. What you just know is that go to any hosting company. You check their hosting plan, especially for shared hosting. If you go to this here also, Google Host, there are several of them, but most of there are international hosts also, like Bluehost. It depends on the project I'm doing that will determine where I'm going to host it. So but these ones are Nigerian hosts. You can see 5,000 naira per year. So you check the one that is okay with you. So that is very very easy. The most important thing is that what I just discussed now is file manager. If you now open this file manager now for that SoRite, if you click public HTML now, you are going to see it. Let's assume that I want to create another website under this. What I just need to do is to create another folder, put that website there. So how am I going to, let me create a folder, for example, let me call it new. You see this new, I'm going to create it. It's going to be, you can see new here. So that means that any website I put inside this new, if I want to access it, I'm going to go to sorite.com/new. So but for here there is nothing inside, so you can see. So that is how to do that. Then the most important thing I want to discuss again is normally those of you that are doing PHP, when we get to the database, we are going to discuss how to, there are some projects that deals with database, like the one the SoRite is actually working on database. So on the local host it will be working with database. We are going to discuss that one. So but another thing is email accounts. So this place we are is known as control panel. So when you want to create an email account, let's assume that you want to create info@sorite.com. You click on create. So it's going to ask you which email do you want to create. You click info@sorite.com. So you set a password, or you ask it to generate the password for you. So you can see it has generated it. So but if you want to write it yourself, you can type it here. So now I can click on create. So I generated the password. You now click on create and it's going to create it, because some companies want you to create email address for them. Take for instance, you want to create yusuf@sorite.com, info@sorite.com, contact@sorite. You can see it has created it. So you can check the mail. You can even set it up on your Android with the username and password. On our Gmail account we used to have add email, so you are going to add that email there. So you can all go to, if you want to do it, I think the best thing is for you to go to the smart web or Google host, create an account with them, buy your host and your domain name. Maybe with that 5,000 naira you can get it. So then you now upload any website on it. So for those people that are taking on PHP, they must have a hosting this thing, so that when they do any work they upload it there. So although it's not compulsory for now, but it's always good, so that people can, you can be removing website from it, put another website, put this one, put another thing there, for people to help you to check your work. It's not compulsory, but it is just necessary. So now that is, let me come again. What is there is, when you go to smartweb.com, one way or the other, as if I'm helping these people to advertise their products, but that's not actually the case, because that's most times I use if I want to use Nigerian host, I use Google host and this thing. Now hosting, when you want to host, you can click on this. Although when you click on this place, you will see different, you check their website, you see different hosting accounts. So shared hosting, so it's going to ask you for, if as a first timer, when you click on this buy now, it's going to ask you to sign up. That's where you put your information, your address and the rest, your company, name of your company. So that one is not our concern here. You must have to fill it. So when you fill it, the most important thing is that you create a username and password. When you now click on client login, it's going to list the number of host accounts, number of domain, the tickets you have raised. The ticket is that maybe the complaints you have, and the invoice, the number of invoice you have. Let me click on these services and show you some of those this thing. Take for instance, look at this anikariafc.com. No, not this one. Take for instance this golden valley schools.com.ng. When I click on it, it's going to take me to the account itself. So you now go to CPanel. I want to show you the folder structure of how that thing works. though when you click on file manager now for that particular this thing, so public HTML, you see that it will load. You can see this is the content of the website. I hope you are getting this is the content of the website. So if I should remove all these folders now, when you click on goldenvalleyschools.com.ng, it's nothing will be there again. And remember that the first thing when you click on the website, the first thing it locates is the index.php. So that's the way to host your site. So if you have, just try it. When you have any challenge, just let me know. So that Kennedy site, remember that I hosted it on SoWrite. I'm going to remove it later. SoWrite, I think is write.com. So if I click on it now, it's going to look at that index file. You can see. So this is it. It's because I hosted it. So hosting is just like pulling a file from the local machine to the online version. So that you are pulling virtually all your folders, your file, but don't forget to always compress it first, because you cannot, if I want to be moving all these things, that means I have to be moving the folder one after the other, the file inside the folder. So it will give me problem. That's the reason why there are several softwares you can use to move file. One of them is FileZilla, but this one I just did is a shortcut to it. You compress it into, you zip it like this, then you now move this zip file, then on the online version you now extract it. So very easy as ABC. So that's how to do it.